for the match. But according to Eguavoen, he said, maintaining relationship is key, so we honor that agreement, knowing full well that we have other players who can step in. But the coach also justified Lookman's release, because Ademola Lookman is no more in camp, citing fitness concerns. Ademola Lookman is slightly injured and mentioned he could only feature just play like 70%, and that's how fit he is. He pleaded to be excused, and while, let's go now, while I could have insisted he stays, that's from Eguavoen, he said maintaining a good relationship is so important. Based on that understanding, we allowed him to leave. Now, despite his absence, Eguavoen reassured Nigerians, talk about fans today, that the team has sufficient depth. And he said, we have what it takes. We have a capable team, big players who can fit in. This is the chance for others to step in, and that's what it is. Now, the changes also provide an opportunity for my guy, like I say, fine boy, Madiko Okoye, and then Brian Asai Samuel to make their game plan, go well in the qualifying series. But you need to know the Super Eagles have already qualified for the tournament in Morocco, but they are aiming to end this campaign in grand style. Rwanda, on the other hand, let's go, lost their last match and last game at home to Libya, which ended their hopes of qualification. But then, this result also secured Nigeria's ticket even before the crucial victory against Benin Republic. Today's match will be a very big game. While inconsensual and terms of qualification is out there, it holds a significance for pride and history. The Super Eagles have won, let's just say it, 2 of their previous 6 encounters with Rwanda, while the remaining 4 ended in stalemate. The match kickoff time is 5 p.m. Nigerian time. You already know, so we'll be flying this jersey high. And then I know Nigerian fans are expecting a strong performance despite the team, depleted roster. Now, before we bring you the clip about it, Coach Eguavoen and also Coach Ekong, what they said about the game today, let's tell you one more you need to know. Eguavoen has revealed Super Eagles' mission against Rwanda, and I'm wondering why. Why is Benin Republic, I need to put this here, why are they begging us? They are playing into Nigerians. You know what happens if we say, okay, let's do it this way? It means they need to win Benin Republic. Like Libya is begging Nigeria now that we should please Nigeria, I beg you, please let this game go your way. Get this result right, and then we can beat Benin Republic. But you know what? How do you beg for this kind of a thing? When you're trying to beg, it means Libya would have to win the Benin Republic, like some call it Benin Republic, 4-0 without reply. Is that very possible on African soil? That's a very big game. And then we'll wait to know what happens in the match the 6th. But let's tell you this one now. It's out there. Super Eagles caretaker coach Coach Eguavoen has said his team will be professional in their approach to the clash with Rwanda today. Eguavoen's side have already qualified, secured a point at that Morocco we are headed. Now, they will also host Amavobi, you could call them the Warriors, in their last, let's go, qualifying big game out there today at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo. So it's a very big game, but despite how the talk has been out there, Eguavoen said, our boys are 100% professionals and they know what it takes to win games. The one on the other side, and this time around, we are getting the result right. He also did the press conference in Uyo, and that's what he stated. We'll bring that to you very soon. He said, the same approach we used in the other games, we are coming out very strong, and the coach is not sleeping either. Let's keep moving on. As I tell you this, he said, we would get it right. The game kickoff time, you already know, is 5 p.m. Please don't miss out. But before we move on, let's bring you the interview where Super Eagles captain Coach Ekong and caretaker coach Coach Eguavoen told media people how they would take the game today. But before we get into that part, let me tell you, a lot of questions was asked yesterday. So when you hear the gaffer saying tomorrow, it was an interview for yesterday. You hear Ekong also talk about that. It was an interview for yesterday. And this was what they said. You just don't want to miss. I'll be back on the show again with my Jesse flying, though it's my surname in the back, given to me by one of the professionals. It's not ideal, I call the names though, but then this is Jesse, Nigerian Jesse. We are flying high today. Enjoy this clip. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us. It is Voice of the People TV. My name is Kizzy K. We'll be back shortly. Enjoy it.
Tickets to the AFCON, 35th AFCON in Morocco, December 21st to January 18th. December 21st, 2025 to January 18th, 2026. So To be, of course, the 21st time that Nigeria will be participating in the African Cup of Nations, and it's amazing. We remember Coach Eguavoen led the Nigerian team in 2006 in Egypt, and we came back with the bronze medal. He has promised that this time it will be the gold. William is smiling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we have Eguavoen and Captain Ekong here. So as best practice, name and medium, and then as we said earlier, we talk only about tomorrow's game, nothing else. Let's not pivot to other topics. Quickly.
Okay, Coach, good evening, Daniel, Sunday TV. So I want to just ask you, the last game between Nigeria and Benin, which ended 1-1, and tomorrow, considering the fact that we have Simon Moses, he came in later in that game. Please, what happened, in the tactics area? Because we want him to start the game against, when we got it to because he was benched and he provided the pass, considering his performance in the last few games. So we hope to see him play to start the game.
Thank you very much. I think it's a very interesting question. It's nice to be here. Congratulations to everyone. This qualification is for all of us anyway. We played the game with 11 players, and you are giving me only one now. What about the other 10? Give me the lineup tomorrow, sir, please. That's okay. I mean, we all know what Simon can bring to the team. Talent-wise, energetic, quick, smart. I'll think about it. Then we'll see what happens. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to call you come later, but this man, I know why he's raising up his hand. Yes.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Moses. Yes, sir. My question is very straightforward. Are you bothered by the fact that the Super Eagles didn't win a single game in the AFCON qualifiers away from home? Aside from the game that was the victory against Libya, drew with Rwanda away, drew with Benin Republic away. Are you bothered by that from considering the fact that by March the World Cup qualifiers start and it's a qualifier that we have to win almost all of our games if we have to stand a chance of progressing? Are you by any way bothered by that poor away from doing these qualifiers?
You cannot say poor away from. We didn't lose away from home. Mind you, football today has gone beyond what it used to be. And everybody comes prepared against Nigeria. Getting points away from home, I think the team deserves some credit. Yes, World Cup will come. I don't know if I'll be in charge or not. And then if I'm in charge, definitely we've spoken about it. We know that we have to win every game. And we approach every game as World Cup finals. So let our time come first.
Calista, quickly.
Coach, my name is Calista. There are words on the streets that I know has returned to Nottingham Forest as well as Ademola Lookman. And we all know about Wabali who was excused from the team because the NFF officially released a statement regarding that. Our heart goes out to him. My question to you is that what happened to this player? Because we've not seen Ademola Lookman and we've not seen Olaino with the team.
You know, relationship is something that is key. Prior to our game in Benin against in Cote d'Ivoire against Benin, I had a word with an official from Nottingham Forest, and then after that, I got a message from Nuno, the manager of Forest, as well, pleading if we can release Olaino because they're playing Arsenal, next weekend. I said, okay, we have a deal. Once we're able to get the result in Cote d'Ivoire, we'll keep the relationship going because we've got other players that we think can also, play. So based on that, I want to keep relationship. Ademola Lookman is slightly hurt. We have good relationship and then understanding as well. And based on that, he was released because he said he can't play at 100%. Can only play at 70%, and he pleaded. I'm the only one who can excuse him. If I want him to stay, he will stay. But we have to keep the relationship going on, so I allowed him.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Relationship.
Thank you so much. Coach, congratulations on taking the AFCON ticket once again.
Thank you, sir.
Against to Spain. With that in mind, we'll be taking it easy tomorrow. 8 French players, we'll put them and try and win the round for Ghana as well. How will you be approaching the game tomorrow? Knowing we that to qualify for the AFCON?
With all seriousness. With all seriousness. We have 23 players who are capable of playing at any given time. But as we speak now, 3 have gone back to their clubs, but Wabale, we all know what happens. So whoever we pick tomorrow, I think we'll have a good day.
Okay. Quickly.
Good evening, Coach. AJ, Comfort 95.1 FM. In the last game, we saw you hand a debut to one of the newest faces in the squad, Gabriel Osho. And I think most Nigerians were divided online regarding his performance, given the fact that you also took him out at halftime. As a manager, can you assess his day before the Super Eagles? Were you impressed with what you saw? And can you please tell us why you took him off at halftime?
Another good question. Gabriel Shaw is somebody we've been following, and because of Ajayi's injury, somebody needs to be drafted in, and we felt Gabriel was time for him to come on board, so he did. And in that game, our tactical approach was the back 3, 4 across midfield, and then 4 in front. And end of first half, we were trailing by 1-0, and we needed to now revert back to back 4. I explained to him, and he understood. So he had to come out for an offensive player to come in.
Nigerians divided online, word on the street.
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, Captain. My question is for the coach. We've seen track suits, we've seen suits, but in your last game, you did something very unique. I've not seen any coach do. You wore a beep on your trademark white shirt. Was that some kind of message to the players that yes, was that some kind of message to the players that you're one of them and some kind of camaraderie, or just let us know what was your...
I think it was a clash of colors or something. Yeah, it was a kind of clash of colors.
No secret message.
No.
We thought you were coming to class.
No message, no online, no division.
It was the ref or match coming and said I should put it on because clash of color with the opponent Chelsea.
With the opponent.
Kenneth Ajise, I represent the players. Good, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Having booked your place in next year's AFCON and almost nothing to play for in tomorrow's game, how do you plan to ensure that your team maintain focus and discipline against the Rwanda side and needs 3 points?
Our boys are 100% professional, and they know what it takes to win games. They know what it takes to perform. So I'm not sure they're going to blink for a minute. The way we approach Rwanda, the same way we approach Brazil, the way we approach Argentina, the same way we approach Rwanda.
Okay, William is here. What's happening? William. I'm gonna. Okay, you have one? Okay, please.
Before this is a more from Transit TV. It's concerning the MPFL.
I can't see you. Oh, okay.
It's very tall.
People, this is more from Transit TV. It's concerning the MPFL players, or should I say the grassroots players. We've gotten a good number of reviews from some of the players in the Super Eagles. With these reviews and ratings, will you encourage the continuous invitation of these grassroots players or MPFL players?
I think I'm the wrong person to ask, but if you...
No, like really encourage because the captain.
Yeah, of course, my take on that is that everyone who is here with the team deserves to be here. Everyone who is here got selected because they are here on merit. So whether you play for AC Milan or you play for Arsenal or Galatasaray or you play for Remo Stars, it doesn't matter. The best players will play, and we're all here to up our level and to give competition to whoever is playing. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the players getting drafted into the team because everybody starts from somewhere. My first team when I got my first call up was in Holland, and we were just getting relegated that season. And yeah, now if I see the level of MPFL, it's a good level. So I think there's not a big difference anymore between maybe some of the smaller clubs, smaller teams in Europe, and the big teams here in Nigeria. So everyone has to start somewhere, and yeah, they'll have my full support. And if they're good enough to play, then that's for the coach to decide. So everyone has a fair opportunity.
Thank you, William. I'm Olajire. I report for thedendefm.com. I want to ask you play in Rwanda tomorrow, and the fact that you play in Rwanda, you have 2 matches outstanding with them during the World Cup qualifier. Do you think tomorrow's results might be a statement ahead of those 2 games?
I think, like you said,
We look into the chances going very high, and that Eguavoen has conceded, handing a start to Super Eagles' top assister in the African qualifiers. A lot of people are questioning and asking why have we not seen the best of Moses Simon. But then Nigerian caretaker coach Eguavoen has revealed that he's considering handing a start to Super Eagles' top assist provider in the, you could call him assist provider, that's the word, in the AFCON qualifying games. Moses Simon have provided 3 assists already in the AFCON qualifiers, batted only by Mozambique left back Bruno Langa, who has tailed 4. Now, still on the men talk, the Nantes Dazzler has found it difficult breaking into the starting lineup as he's behind Atalanta Ademola Lookman in the pecking order of the inverted winger. Simon only started the game against that was against Libya in Uyo, while he came off the bench in 2 games against Benin Republic, and that was the Cheetahs, and that a draw in Rwanda. Now, with Lookman rolled out of today's encounter this evening against Amavo Bigai, talk about the Rwanda people, that's the name. Fans and pundits, presenters, media personalities are advocating for Simon to be included in the starting 11 for the Matchday 6. Now, Eguavoen also highlighted, you saw that interview, Simon's attribute and admitted he's contemplating including the French-based player in the starting lineup today. Now, speaking of the press pre-match conference, you could say a pre-match press conference, on Sunday, the 1994 Africa Cup of Nations winner, Augustine Eguavoen said, we played the game against Benin with 11 players. And you are giving me only one question. I think that one happened when the lady stood out and asked him and said, we've seen so much about Moses Simon each time he comes from the bench. Why not give him a start? And you and I already know that in that position we have Ademola Lookman. But then the gaffer said quickly, he said, he's very energetic, he's quick, he's smart, but I'll think about it. He acknowledged and said, this is a good question. But for the match day 6, and that's today at the Gospel Aquatic International Stadium, Eguavoen has only 18 outfield players at his disposal, with Ademola Lookman and Ola Aina returning to their respective clubs, following their 1-1 stalemate with Benin. So let me tell you, 3 players are not in camp already. You need to know Salam Abali is out. We know the story about his father. He lost his dad of blessed memory today. And then Ademola Lookman, who said, I can't play 70%. I can only give 70%. I need to go. But Eguavoen has come to say, he's giving us the reason why Ola Aina have to go. He said, I had the talk with the officials of Nottingham Forest. And later on, Nuno Espirito Santo called me on the phone. And I needed to keep this relationship because there's nothing wrong in relationship. But do you know the question? It was a talk about if you qualify, can we have Ola Aina? He's a vital, an integral part of our team. Can we have him come back to play against Arsenal because we need to travel? So they want him. He's a key player. But the question is, people are asking, why would the club side have an agreement with the coach and then making him move away, and then a coach is saying the player can go? But I love what Eguavoen said. I can decide any of these players to stay. But for Ola Aina, we had an agreement. For Lookman, he can't give all. Why not just let him go when we have players? So on all of these positions, we have people who can cover the space. Rabali is not around today. He won't be out. He's out. Madiko Koye will come into field and play, just saying. From the right back, brighter side, Samuel, place of Fenerbahce under Mourinho, would replace Ola Aina. Who else is not around? Atlanta man, the Bergamo guy, is not around today. So there's no Ademola Lookman, but you already know we have Moses Simon. And do you know what Simon does? Anytime he comes to play, he wants to show you that, yes, I'm ready to go. But we know that Moses Simon's best part is always from the left side. And then that's the reason why he's been on the bench, because Ademola Lookman will always play ahead. But that depends on the coach anyways. But at this point, who wants to drop that man? Would anybody want to drop Ademola Lookman on the bench? I don't think any coach would do that. But on the show this morning, you're still watching Voice of the People TV, and this is the Sports Republic show. My name is Kizzy K. Once again, I have my guest with me. This is the first time we'll be out on camera for today, and it's just been on the sideline and watching out what this guy talking about. So Ike is here with me to talk this through. Ike, great to have you join us this morning. Let me welcome you first of all officially in that.
Good morning, Kizzy K, and of course, good morning to our viewers out there.
Right. Okay, so Ike, let's get to talk ways now. Talking ways, who should get a start today? Let's start with Moses Simon. Why is he coming from the bench all the time?
Come on, Ademola Lookman has proved himself. I mean, he has proven to be better in the last 1 year.
Even when someone,
he has proven to be better in the last 1 year.
Right.
He plays for a bigger team. I mean, we saw what he did in Europe. You know, the Bayern Leverkusen side looked invincible until Ademola Lookman struck.
Yeah.
Of course, and after that, he's been on fire till date. We saw what he did to the league leaders in Italy. You know, talking about Napoli.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any reason why anyone will question Ademola Lookman ahead of Moses Simon. Moses Simon is actually good, but his productivity, his number of goals he brings in, is not as much as Ademola Lookman. So yes, I think Ademola Lookman deserves, you know, to start ahead of. But it's a good thing that we have a healthy competition in the team now.
Yeah.
I mean, that this is going to prove to Nigeria and of course Africa that we've got a team that if one man goes down in a competition, another man steps up. You remember that game, our last game against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic?
Yeah.
It was until Moses Simon came in that we actually got that goal. Now, it shows that, you know, when your key players are being locked, somebody can actually step up to change the dynamics of the game. It was until Lookman moved to the other side of the field, and then Moses came here and of course did the magic, and then the cross for Osimhen, and we know the rest is history.
So how do you expect these players today that will get in a start opportunity? How do you expect them to handle the mountain? How do you expect a player like a Moses Simon? Does he have anything to prove? Sorry to say this, he has proven that he's a good player. I think Simon does not owe.
Okay, so the thing about if he has anything to prove is this, right? Let's look at it this way. He's given a 10 before. Okay, let's say he's given an 8 before, 8 over 10 before. And then someone came and the person is giving a 9.5. So you've got something to prove that you can give more than an 8. So yes, he's got something to prove to Nigerians that yes, I can be better than this guy, or I am better than this guy. This guy is the front runner for the best player in Africa.
Yeah, true.
So there's no way you will say he doesn't have anything to prove. You are up against the best player in Africa. You have everything to prove. The same way Victor Boniface have everything to prove against the Osimhen. That's exactly how this guy has everything to prove. And I like it for Nigeria because I mean we have for the first time we have. For the first time in the last over 20 years, we're having back-to-back, you know, African best player, and of course people who are, you know, chasing them are actually also Nigerians, you know, in that row. And looking at other positions, you know, the likes of Osai Samuel, he's been part of the team, but he's really not been very consistent, you know, because he's been struggling to play. It's another opportunity to show Nigerians that I've got what it takes to actually fight for that jersey and become the #1 spot there. The last person in this case is Madeko Okoye, who was Nigeria's #1 before. So this is an opportunity for him to prove that, you know what, I can actually do it. I can actually do it better than Stanley Nwabali. I've been doing it for my club. People have been saying me. They've been talking about me. I mean, we can all agree that his form has really improved.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, age-wise, he has also grown as a player. So this is a good time for us to see him and of course say, okay, you know what, Stanley Nwabali, you don't have to sit down. There's fire on the mountain.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Coach Eguavoen. I don't know. Like I said at the show, I said something to you. Just might be his last game today. I don't know. It sounds emotional. I don't know. When it was asked question, he said, I don't even know what holds next. There's a World Cup coming. I don't know if I'll be in this job. But you already know that Coach Eguavoen has delivered on the NFF mandate to qualify Nigeria to the 2025 AFCON. The question now is whether today will be his last game in charge of the national team as Nigeria look forward to resuming the qualifying campaign for the 2026 World Cup in March 2025. But in his words, he said, World Cup will come, but I don't know if I will be in charge or not. If I am in charge, we've spoken about it, we know that we have to win every game. So we will approach every game as a final. So let that time come. Cerezo, the big name, I don't know, regardless of how emotional it might sound or it may seem, some are saying he just needs to go ahead. I mean, don't stay on this job. We want a better coach. Some are saying we want a foreign coach. Some are saying we want our coach. Some are not even stating if it's local or foreign. But Eguavoen, do you see today being his last day in office as the Super Eagles coach? Whichever way. They use similarities a lot of the same. Say caretaker coach, temporal coach, and what's the word again? Interim coach. All of those things stands at one. Would you love to see him continue on this job?
If I would love to see him is, you know, from a point of, you know, maybe I just like him as a person because I like him as a person.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you're asking if he's got what it takes to take the Super Eagles to the next level, I'm not going to say he's got it because see that game against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic really exposed Eguavoen.
Yeah.
It really does. And you know, if you remember, before that time, Nigerians were like, just give him the job. You know, some persons, you know, they cry for him to get the job was actually loud. But after that particular game, people started thinking, these guys don't even have the quality. Why is it difficult for us to break these guys down? And they were actually playing. They almost won that game.
Yeah.
So that was when people started thinking. And for me, after that game, I just, you know what? Let's get some more. I would like to see him as part of the backroom staff. I would still like to see him there. You know, I know that in life there's always room for growth. I believe Eguavoen has got it. He can actually grow and develop. But then, at this point, we're in a critical state. It's not like we are comfortable at the group to qualify for the World Cup. We are in a very bad state, right? So we need someone with a better level of experience to actually take us higher.
The fact that he took us to the World Cup, I mean, in Morocco, took us to the AFCON does not justify any reason.
Just imagine that this game against Benin Republic, we actually needed to win that game to qualify. We are out already, you know.
Yeah, true.
So now we are in a very bad place, qualifying for the World Cup. Can you trust a man who struggled against a team that is even playing away from home?
Okay, all right. We are playing the Rwanda side today, and let's talk about it. Rwanda has not been favorable for Nigeria. Even the last time we went to Amahoro, it was so difficult for the Super Eagles to break. I think these African teams are having a very solid back. You know, their defense line is looking very strong. That's what African football like to do. And when they still won, they are locking up everywhere. But going to the game today, knowing that we have already qualified, what do you think should be the mentality of these guys, the players in camp today, getting a start? Because we want to talk about Osimhen soon. Okay, let me hold you on that. Let's talk about Osimhen before I come to you quickly. Now, there's a big feat out here. Segun Odegbami has loud a big praise for Osimhen for equaling his goal record. We'll bring you the record of Osimhen and Rashidi Yekini, so you can see that Osimhen is young and looking like he's breaking every band. And then you see, big name like Rashidi Yekini of blessed memory also got to a place, and then his goal tally is still out there. But then Super Eagles legend Segun Odegbami has praised Victor Osimhen for equaling his goal tally. Osimhen achieved this milestone during Nigerian 1-1 draw against the Cheetah of Benin Republic on Thursday night. The Galatasaray forward scored the equalizer with a header 8 minutes from time. The 25-year-old and Odegbami now share the record as Nigerians joined top scorer each with 23 goals. It's a good thing, he said, that he has equaled my record. And that's Segun Odegbami saying this on his radio station. That's Eagles 7 FM. If you listen to that well, you will hear him oftentimes talking about this. And this shows, according to him, we now have players who can deliver the Super Eagles for goals. We have players who can deliver the goals for the national team. Osimhen will aim to surpass Segun Odegbami's record when the Super Eagles face Rwanda in Uyo today. It's a very big game. Bring it back to me. Now, Segun Odegbami, you already know, 1980 Nations Cup winner, legendary of the game, mathematical 7, they like to call him. Maybe you can say, for me, I never watched him play, but YouTube did justice to that. When he was playing, I wasn't even born. And when I had him on the show the other time on radio, we spoke extensively, and he tutored me. He told me more about the Nigerian Football Federation. He told me more all I needed to know, and that gives me a basic to talk more on the show. But let's bring you that tally. Rashidi Yekini, and then, you know, Victor Osimhen. We have it. I hope the producers have that ready. Ikechukwu, if you're there with me, let's get on that one. Where Rashidi Yekini's tally is just somewhere. And then, you know, talking about who? Victor Osimhen. Before we bring that again, Ike, let's talk about it. Do you see Osimhen breaking that record come anytime soon?
Anytime soon might not be the word. So it depends on how long Osimhen stays fit.
Yeah, that's a record, right. Ike. You can see that. You can see that, Ike.
Yes.
38 matches for Victor Osimhen, 23 goals.
Yes.
And then Rashidi Yekini of blessed memory, big name, world-class striker, I can say, 58 matches, 37 goals. So let's even talk about Osimhen quickly. Osimhen is at 8 matches. Osimhen is 25 years.
Yes.
And 23 goals already. That's astonishing. Now, Rashidi Yekini, 58. Of course, he can match that again. 58 matches, 37 goals. It's a big record.
38 goals. Okay,
37 goals.
Okay, 37 goals.
Yeah, 58 matches, 37 goals. Why Osimhen has played at 8? I think it's about Osimhen's age, okay?
That's what I'm saying. That if you say how soon, you know, in international football, they really don't play often.
Yeah.
Right. Again, the big question is, how fit can he stay? How long can he stay fit? Because
you mean Victor Osimhen?
Yes,
okay.
Because this thing is all about consistency. Cristiano Ronaldo is doing what he's doing because he's still playing.
Yeah.
He's still fit. It's not like the likes of Arjen Robben and players who get injuries every AK market day. He's very fit. Yeah. So if Osimhen can stay fit, then we can have the conversation of he possibly surpassing that record. But if he doesn't stay fit, we were also talking about Ikechukwu Uche at some point, hoping that he's going to do this, but he wasn't fit. You get? Yeah. So these are the questions. If Osimhen can stay fit, he's quite young, he can do it. I believe he should be able to do it because he's on form, right? But that big question is fitness. Can he stay fit?
Osimhen has always been consistent.
It's not about...
Even though he's injured sometimes.
That's the thing.
Injured sometimes, though.
That's the thing. We don't know...
But his goal tally is consistent.
It's good. You can only get those good tally if you play regularly.
Yeah, true.
If an injury take him out for, God forbid, if an injury take him out for, say, 6 months, 1 year, and it comes back, he might not be the same person again.
I'm laughing. He said, God forbid. That's a fun one. That's injury. One of the part of things about.
You understand? So yeah, that's the only thing that can actually stop him that I see now. But if that is taken away, I think Osimhen should be able to do it, say 5 years because of the number of games.
All right. So if you're watching us, this is Voice of the People TV. Quickly, let's tell you, just in case for those who are just joining, I already told you 3 players will be out of the game today for the evening show. Jerry and the crew will be here to tell you more, possibly when that game is on. So live commentary just might be on your way. Let's tell you this. Ola Aina is no longer in camp. Wabali is no longer in camp. And then Ademola Lookman. And I gave you the reasons. But then some people are still questioning why. What is the real reason Ola Aina left Super Eagles camp ahead of Rwanda clash? We'll talk about it on the show now and then justify the coach exclusion of a key player to the Super Eagles. I understand it's a time to give some players some opportunities. But then how right is it for a club side to tell the national team that we need a player, and there was an agreement. And the coach said, if I want any of the players to stay, look, man, I could have said he should stay. But I said, go on. Ola Aina already left the Super Eagles ahead of the last qualifying game today against Rwanda, and that's because of special request by his club, Nottingham Forest. According to report, Nottingham Forest boss Nuno Espirito Santo spoke with Nigerian interim coach Coach Eguavoen. Santo pleaded with Eguavoen to send Ola Aina back to the UK, especially since the 3-time African champions have already sealed qualification. The Super Eagles are set to finish as the Group D winners ahead of their final game in the qualifying series after the draw 1-1 with Benin Republic on Thursday, and this led to Nuno Espirito Santo appealing for the early release of Ola Aina as Forest prepares to travel to Arsenal after international break with Ola Aina unavailable. Fenerbahce defender Brighter Side Samuel is expected to step up and start at right back against, Rwanda. Okay, let's bring this one. Let's talk this through. You see, I don't want to use the word how right, but how does this scenario, how does this story go for you? How does this sound to you? I don't know. He's a key player, a vital player. We know the position of Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, but is it okay? Like Eguavoen said, there's an agreement. Nuno called me. The Nottingham Forest board called me. They had a word with me. So this agreement was made before today. Before yesterday. Yeah. It was made during the Benin Republic game. And if Ola Aina and Nigeria qualifies, can we have him back to the UK? Because you and I know he's an integral part. But does this sound sweet?
It sounds good.
Really?
Yes, it sounds good for one reason. It sounds good because it shows the value of the player that we are having in our camp. I mean, if it's not an important player, the club won't bother.
Yeah.
Right. Now, it shows that the quality of players we have in the Super Eagles camp are people who are actually very useful for their club side. Not the ones that, barely plays game and then you have them in the camp, right? So we want to see this kind of players. And trust me, right, this is a very good agreement. This is a gentleman agreement.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is of no importance for us at this point. We've qualified. Even if Osimhen leaves, we've qualified, right? We can as well just change the first team and let everybody who haven't played before play. Here, you understand? So the truth is, I don't have issues with it. And this is not the first time clubs and national teams are having synergy like this. Remember, this was one of the things that cost Argentina the World Cup in 2014.
Yeah.
When Real Madrid sent a letter to Argentina, the Argentine camp, requesting that Di Maria, because of the knock he had, shouldn't play the final. And you know how important he was for the Argentine national side. And of course, the rest is history. They lost that game. So it's not the first time. We've had this sort of things over and over and again. So it only emphasizes one thing. You have a good squad. You have a good team. Players you have in camp are actually good. And it boosts and brings healthy competition. I love it.
Okay, so this one is saying, from the YouTube comment, I have this one that says, Olugbenga Bamidele is watching us live and is saying we are using Super Eagles team to play to play Ludo. That's a Ludo game. Like we are using Super Eagles team to play Ludo. Why do you think it sounds this way?
I don't know, but it's actually not. It has nothing to do with this. This guy is actually like the agreement.
I think he's talking about the part where the squad rotation and
no,
players going.
We've already qualified.
I know.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying like we've already qualified. It's not like this is still an important game that we have to win at all costs. To qualify. So
okay, let me sit up tight and talk about this with you. Let's bring it to the Libya people. I don't know. The Libya people are pleading. I don't even know how merciful we can be. We're not God. But Ekong said that would be unprofessional for us to go into that game. He said, I don't think any team would do this for us. We are going up high. We need to get the result. We are not going to settle for less. We are giving all our best. And Eguavoen is saying we are coming out to get the result. Now, the Libya people are pleading. The players are begging Nigerians, please beat Rwanda. Anyhow, leave the rest for us. It's like they say, how do they say it about leave the rest for God? Do your best.
Do your best.
And leave the rest for God.
Yes.
So they are saying, pleading to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, who they maltreated some months ago.
Okay.
Was it up to a month?
No.
It's not up to a month.
I think so. It's about
just like a month now.
Yes.
Just like a month now. The Libya people frustrated Nigeria. We know the talk about the Benghazi move and the rest of that, but that's history for now. But let's talk about the part where they are pleading. This pleading now, do you know what happens? They need to win Benin Republic without reply. 4-0. So if Nigeria beats Rwanda today and Libya wins Benin Republic, it means that with high goal margin, like at least 5-0, 4-0 without reply. So if it's a 5-1, just maybe. But 4-0 without reply is a stated word, and that's how it stands. Should we agree now? It's not about should we agree. We just have to go and win. See, we must beat Rwanda today. You know why? We are playing home.
Yes.
And the fans will be turning up right.
True.
We need to put a smile on the face of Nigerians because we know how this game brings the people together. But Libya, should we? I'm just saying.
Like they say, one good turn deserves another.
Yeah.
What have they done so far to deserve this?
It's even professional to do that.
This is exactly why the World Cup in 1982, when West Germany were actually looking to qualify.
Yeah.
Right. And the game was like, in fact, they dubbed it the disgrace of football. Germany actually eventually won that match by 1-0.
Right.
And Nigeria, didn't qualify. Nigeria would have made it, but because of the way they actually played in different times, and that was why FIFA decided henceforth we are going to be playing all last group stage games at the same time. So that to cover all of these excesses. And now we are here again. This big question you ask: is it actually right to actually seek the favor for that thing? People will always find a way to seek favor. It's normal.
Yeah. Okay.
But then, what they're asking for, is it important to us? Right. It's important to us to bring the country together.
Okay.
But it's important to
let me quickly say this. Oluwa Femi Titiloye, I can see your message. I feel like you should keep your comments coming. The question, let me quickly drop it out there. Today's game, what are you expecting come the Rwanda match? Nigeria versus Rwanda, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, right here under our nose, Gospel Aquarium International Stadium. What do you expect Nigerians to do in that very game? Super Eagles, to be exact, knowing fully well that we have qualified. How do you see this game? That's one. And secondly, Libya people are begging us. Should we just do it for them? And is it possible? We love Nigeria to do it for the Libya people that did us something bad some days back. And also, how do you feel about the omission of 3 of our key players, Stanley Mabali, Ola Aina, and then Ademola Lookman? Let's get your comments coming. But let me quickly get on this one. Keep them coming. Femi Titiloye said, I think the coach is doing a good job and he should be retained. And okay, Femi Titiloye went as far as saying, why is Ike saying Eguavoen shouldn't be retained? Do we have the money for a top tier coach? Eguavoen is a good fit. That's a warning, just like to you. Then Kate George is saying, I love your show, Kizzy K. Thank you so much, Kate. Oh, with my crush, is not with you guys. Okay, yeah, I guess she's talking about MM is on the show today. Hopefully, Ike George, you have MM tomorrow, so you can have your crush back on the show. But Ike, talk about this through. Tell me all those questions I'm asking now. Tell me what about that.
Well, I don't know. A lot of persons will always, bring opinions and what they think about certain things. But the overall good, that's what we're discussing. How far has it done? What has it done? There's always a praise after every game.
Yeah.
His last game shows that, if the Super Eagles is is actually keen to qualify for the next round of the World Cup, then of course he doesn't have it. Because if we meet teams, because see, National Cup qualifiers, right? The intensity is actually different from the World Cup qualifiers. Teams want to go to the World Cup. You understand? So going into that game with this position that we have right now, he hasn't shown that he's convincing enough, because a lot of teams will also play low block.
Right.
Some might just come, let's get a draw, and then let's play again. So if everybody come with this same pattern, that means we are not going anywhere. So because the Super Eagles has always struggled against teams like this.
Yeah, so we are getting the result right today. Do you want to leave me with a prediction just maybe before we run?
I think this should end 2-0.
Although our Femi is not happy, he said lastly we should be professionals and win our game today. Of course.
Yes, this should end 2-0.
But Kate George is not sleeping either. She's saying she's missing him already. That's for Kate George, I see you. Thank you so much for those comments. Thank you so much for being a fan of the show. I love your show. That's a good comment. Thank you so much. I must say we appreciate all those messages. Keep them coming. But okay, now let's talk about still available to Ekong focus on Super Eagles ruling out retirement. Super Eagles captain Trust Ekong has made it clear he has no plans to retire from international football anytime soon. The 31-year-old remains committed to representing Nigeria, and he believes he still has so much to contribute to the national team. Speaking ahead of the AFCON qualifier game against Rwanda today, Trust Ekong said, "People ask me about retirement a lot, but I think it's too early to talk about that." The Alkalu defender recently earned his 75th cap and is one of the most experienced players in the current squad, alongside Alexi Wobi and Moses Simon. Despite being the most senior member of the team, Trust Ekong feels he is playing some of the best football of his career. Let me quote him. He said, "I'm 31 years now, and I feel like I'm just in my prime. The AFCON in 2025 is just a year away, and I'm focused on that. After all, we will see." The former MVP of the African Cup of Nations also has the side set for the 26th World Cup. Ekong said, "It's not my decision to make. It depends on the coaches. If I feel I'm no longer useful to the team, I will discuss, but for now, I have goals to achieve." Ekong will lead the Super Eagles at the Gospel Aquavion Stadium today for their AFCON game. He's 31 and he feels like he's doing everything right just to be out here.
Defenders, unlike attackers, get better with age. Attackers get slower with age.
Yeah.
So you see, that's why I agree with him. The experience, just like goalkeepers, the experience, you know, they gather over time, makes them better. And at 31, trust me, he's very much in his prime as a defender.
Yeah.
But if it's an attacker, I said, he cannot move again, doesn't have what it takes again, he cannot do this, he cannot do that. So yes, Trust Ekong is one player I think we'll still have in our team, in our camp for say another 4 years or more, you know, going by the way he's been playing. And I think it's going to be very vital until we see someone who is just like Joseph Yobo back in the day. He kept coming until.
Okay, so we need to go. Okay, our time is up. Just some top stories. Let's quickly get on that. There's a big fight that happened during the course of the week. Yes, because I like the weekend. The Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I love this. We'll bring that quickly, but let me leave you some top stories. AFCON qualifier, Rwanda boss plans to stop Osimhen and others, and then our producer, if that is ready, get a clip on the screen so we can see that some of those punches was so nice to see. Ekong praises ex-centre-back partner Leon Balogo. I think that's on your mobile. And also, what else do I have here on the top stories while we wrap up the show? Super Eagles happy to remain unbeaten. Oh, watch this. Watch this. Did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this fight?
Yeah.
It was a very big one, and then shout out to Jake Paul for this one. I love the part where, I think it was in the third round, where he had to, I don't know, we have the clip just somewhere, and he had to, you know, give that respect to Mike Tyson. Tyson is 58, and I don't know what he's really doing with this fight.
I think the fight is actually it's more like for you know, monetary donations and all that. I know Tyson is actually about 23 million rand in debt.
Right.
And this fight got him $20 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, $23 million in debt, and this fight got him about $20 million.
Yeah.
So it shows a lot. For me, I would not be surprised if they have a rematch, you know, for more money. And I think he really needs it. He's the legend of the game. He represents everything basketball. He represents everything boxing. His image and the face that first most people think of after Muhammad Ali when it comes to boxing. And I'm so happy for him.
But big respect from Jake Paul to Mike Tyson.
Yes, of course, big respect. And you know, if you look at that fight, Jake Paul was actually taking it easy. He's a lot more younger. I mean, this is like a father and a son fight. So, and of course, Tyson still shows you what I still got in him.
All right, let's go. Thank you so much, Ike, for coming around the show. We need to go now. Thank you so much. Lagos City and beyond for doing this with us right here on the show. We need to go. Our time is up. For the show, it comes your way again tomorrow, 11 a.m. Nigerian time. Please don't go anywhere. But this evening, the guys will be here to do justice to the last game, Nigeria. Super Eagles got this one for the Super Eagles. Yes, up Nigeria. I remain your host. My name is Kizzy K. And then I'll see you. I am the only football player without a jersey. I'll be seeing you tomorrow again, 11 a.m. Nigerian time. See you.
For the tickets to the AFCON, 35th AFCON in Morocco, December 21st to January 18th. December 21st, 2025 to January 18th, 2026. To be, of course, the 21st time that Nigeria will be participating in the African Cup of Nations. And it's amazing. We remember Coach Eguavoen led the Nigerian team in 2006 in Egypt. And we came back with the bronze medal. He has promised that this time it will be the gold. William is smiling. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So we have Eguavoen and Captain Ekong here. So as best practice, name and medium, and then as we said earlier, we talk only about tomorrow's game. Nothing else. Let's not pivot to other topics. Quickly.
Okay, good evening, Daniel. So I want to just ask you, the last game between Nigeria and Benin, which ended 1-1, and tomorrow, considering the fact that they have Sammy Moses, he came in later in that game. Please, what happened in the tactics area? Because I want you to start the game again. What do you think to do? Because he was benched and he provided the pass. Considering his performance in the last few games, we hope to see him play start the game.
Thank you very much. I think it's a very interesting question. Nice to be here. Congratulations to everyone. This qualification is for all of us anyway. We played the game with 11.